Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pastor Drone TV. This is the way you do it. No. This is the way you deal with it. No. Wait. Let me make my point. This is the way you deal with demons. I wish this guy would have been on President Donald Trump's team the whole time. Michael Veen, President Donald Trump's impeachment attorney, lit into this lady, this female demon who's working for the medium, the witchcraft media, in trying to make light of the fact that the Democrats doctored up evidence. Listen, didn't we have an FBI attorney change some documents and get nothing but a pat on the back? He's got probation. This man should be serving at least 20 years in federal prison. But they doctored up the evidence before the American people to make something seem like President Donald Trump was involved in this. And you can tell by the way she's questioning it. She's setting the stage. She's acting like, oh, well, President Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell said that he could be, Mitch McConnell, you can go to jail. You could go to jail, man, for working with these communists. But see, let me calm down. Let me say this. Let me say, look, I wish President Donald Trump's team would have allowed, and don't show your hand, let them bring it to witnesses. Because they could have had Nancy Pelosi on the witness stand and Mayor Bowser. And they could have exposed them before the American people. No, I understand. Listen, I'm glad the impeachment stuff is over. We knew President Donald Trump was going to be acquitted. It's kind of like this one in football. Barry Sanders said it too, and I was like that too when I scored. He said my coach told me years ago. He says when you get in the end zone, when you score a touchdown, act like you've been there already. Don't celebrate like this is your first time. So people were celebrating the fact that Trump was acquitted. Listen, we knew it was going to be that he was going to be acquitted. We knew that because he didn't do it. But what we should have been looking for is to expose these evil people. He did a good job. Van der Veen did a good job of exposing them on that level. But I just really wish that Nancy Pelosi and that Mayor Bowser would have been exposed, because President Donald Trump offered to help. He offered to send more security before the January 6th. He offered to send in the National Guards. Did y'all know that? He did. They turned it down. So if a person is planning to have an insurrection and to have folks charge the Capitol building, why would you offer more security? See, the problem with lies is that they never exist. The actions didn't exist. And the thing about the truth, those things, when they're brought to the light compared to a lie, will always win. Always win. And hopefully you have a just judge. But the guy that was, reigning over the trial here, the impeachment deal, he was a Democrat, but he had to follow the law in front of the American people. But I'm going to play this video for you. And Michael Van der Veen, he rips her a new one, man. He tears off into her. This is the way, if I was a Trump attorney, this is exactly the way that Pastor Jeroneld would handle the deal. I would make them regret. You're not going to get me on this interview and wear me out. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to whoop you with the truth.
Joining me now is former President Trump's attorney, Michael Van der Veen. Thank you for joining us. Let's get right into those words that we heard from Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. He ended the trial with this passionate speech about President Trump's involvement in the insurrection. During it, he said that the former president is still liable for everything he did.
But they didn't prove that. Why would you even say that? You sat there and watched the same trial, and now you're saying that he could be his involvement? How could you say that? He's keeping his calm, man. He's the fire is burning inside. You could see the coals with the flames right there in his heart.
During his period in office, are you expecting to face more charges against Mr. Trump in the near future? And do you anticipate being part of that defense?
No, that's just political rhetoric, and I was hopeful that something would come out of this, that the political rhetoric would stop. out of Washington, D.C., but I guess apparently it hasn't.
Were you, though, surprised to hear those words coming from the leader of the Republican Party in the Senate?
I'm not surprised to hear a politician say anything at all. No.
Well, throughout the trial, you denied that Mr. Trump had a role in inciting the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol. You argued, first of all, that there was no insurrection, but during your closing argument,
you see the way they framed the questions. Instead of saying, "Hey, you know, thankfully President Donald Trump was acquitted. They have no evidence to prove that he was involved in an insurrection," and you know, she sat there and watched the same trial that we did. There was no evidence of him doing some type of planning for an insurrection, but the framing of the questions is just totally just weird.
You seemingly admitted that there was, in fact, an insurrection, using that word, saying that was not up for debate. What role did the former president play?
You didn't understand the case. I used the word.
I'll give you the opportunity to clarify, sir.
Sure. I used the word insurrection in my closing argument when quoting the charging documents. What happened at the Capitol on January 6th is absolutely horrific. But what happened at the Capitol during this trial was not too far away from that. The prosecutors in this case doctored evidence. They did not investigate this case, and when they had to come to the court of the Senate to put their case on, because they hadn't done any investigation, they doctored evidence. It was absolutely shocking. I think when we discovered it and we were able to expose it and put it out, I think it turned a lot of senators. The American people should not be putting up with this. They need to look at who these House managers were and look to see whether these are the folks they want representing them. It was shocking to me. Wouldn't have believed it.
Let's follow up with a point that you're making right now about the House managers, as you say, doctoring evidence, and the argument.
They didn't deny it.
For our viewers,
they didn't deny it. I put it in front of them 3 times.
To be clear for our viewers, what you're talking about now is a check mark. That's a verification on Twitter that did not exist on that particular tweet. A 2020 that should have actually read 2021, and the selective editing, you say, of the tapes. Is that how? Is that the doctor?
Wait. You shouldn't change one jot or tittle of anything, because when you're trying to deal with stuff and timing and all that kind of stuff in court, one letter, one S or one T or 1 year. Changing of the date. Why would they do that? Why not just take stuff as is? If you're framing something against somebody, why not take the evidence as it is instead of doctoring it up? Don't act like, oh, it's just a check mark. He's gonna light her up though.
Of the tapes. Is that how? Is that the doctored evidence of what you're speaking?
Wait. That's not enough for you? That's not enough for you?
Wait.
No,
sir,
no.
I'm trying.
Listen,
I am not a juror in this trial. What I'm trying to be clear for our viewers is what you're referring to, because not everybody has been following.
It's not okay
not everybody,
to doctor
sir,
a little bit of evidence.
Respectfully. I have not said it is.
She's happy. She's getting the results she wanted. She's getting it because, listen, this video right here has 8.1 million views. Other than that, they wouldn't have anything and nobody watching anything on them. Nothing. She's happy about this. She's giggling. She loves it because this interaction and this exchange has gone worldwide and gone viral. Other than that, she wouldn't have any views. She loves this.
I have not said it is okay.
Ma'am, your question is
I want to be clear for our viewers.
Listen, what has to happen is
I want to be clear for our viewers about what exactly you're saying when you say doctored evidence.
The media has to start telling the right story in this country. The media is trying to divide this country. You are bloodthirsty for ratings, and as such, you're asking questions now that are already set up with a fact pattern. I can't believe you would ask me a question indicating that it's all right just to doctor a little bit of evidence. There's more stuff that we uncovered that they doctored, to be frank with you, and perhaps that will come out one day. But we won this case, and I'm not a sore loser, but what happened, or a sore winner, I should say, but what should happen is somebody should look at the conduct of these House managers. It's unconscionable, aside from all of the due process violations that my client had. And the media should be looking at a square, straight way. The straight way. When I watch the news, I watch one station and it's raining. I watch another station at the same time and it's sunny. Your coverage is so slanted, it's got to stop. You guys have to stop and start reporting more like PBS does rather than a TV news show that doesn't have any journalistic integrity at all. What I'm telling you is that they doctored evidence. And I believe your question says, well, it's only a Twitter check and changing a year of a date here. They switched the date of a Twitter a year to try to connect it to this case. That's not a small thing, ma'am. The other thing they did is they put a check mark on something to make it look like it was a validated account when it wasn't. And when they were caught, they didn't say anything about it. They didn't even try to come up with an excuse about it. And that's not the way our prosecutors
go to jail.
Or our government officials should be conducting themselves. And the media shouldn't be letting them get away with it either. I'm tired of the biased media on both sides, left and right. What this country wants, what this country needs, is this country to come together, to take the left and the right and find a middle ground and start responsibly being our public officials, our elected officials. And one of the reasons why they do it is because of the media. Because the media wants to tell their narrative rather than just telling it like it is. And frankly, I'm tired of it. I'm not a media, I'm not in front of your cameras all the time, but what I've been subjected to this last week.
I understand, and I've given you the opportunity.
You don't want to hear the truth. Yeah. Okay.
I've given you the opportunity. I will remind you that what I said was that for our viewers who have not been following all of the hours of this trial, to be clear about what you are speaking about. And I understand
I'm speaking
that you
about
seem
the House
very
manager's
upset.
failure to prove their case. That's what I'm telling you. They weren't able to prove their case.
Acquittal. You have won the acquittal of your client.
Yes,
and if you'd
I
like
did.
to continue to talk about this conversation, we can have that discussion.
I don't need to.
But for me to ask a question.
Yeah, I would like to continue to ask it. Do you think that that changing the date for a year and putting the check mark there where it does not belong, do you think that should be condemned? Do you think that is contemptible? Do you think that is okay? Or is that a light thing to you, ma'am? Huh? Okay. Do you think they had a case without those little markings? Yeah, we can have this conversation all day and all night.
Question. But for me to ask the question to clarify for our viewers,
a slanted question that was set up to say it's okay for them to cheat. That was your question. Isn't it okay for them to cheat?
I didn't say that.
It's just a little bit. You said, to be fair, it was only a check on the Twitter. That's what you said. You got to live by your words. That's the problem. The media has to start living by the truth and not try to create a narrative.
Michael Vander Veen.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. I do appreciate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get him,
I see you taking off your microphone now. That was President Trump's defense attorney, Michael Vander Veen. Joining me now is former.
That's the way I would have did it. That's the way I would have did it. I would have did it just like that. See, you got to go in there knowing that you're at war. It's a war. They're not trying to be kind. They're not trying to be nice. They're already slanted towards the left. And he did a great job. Thank God for President Donald Trump. Great, great president. Wonderful man. And now they cannot bar or bridge him from running in 2024. And maybe, just maybe, we find that there's fraud, possible fraud in the voting situation. Maybe, maybe something will turn around. I don't know. I'm just praying that the truth comes out, and so that America and the world will know that President Donald Trump should have been elected president for 2021. All right, God bless y'all. I'll see you on the next video.